Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another learning session with First Metro Securities. For today, our discussion is entitled Unconditional Love from Conditional Orders Trading Successfully with FirstMetroSec's Stop Limit Orders. I am your host for this session, Robbi Samson, FirstMetroSec's Mindanao Business Development Head. And I am proud to say that First Metro Securities is the stock brokerage arm of the Philippines' best managed bank for 2019, Metro Bank. The best definitely runs in the family because First Metrosec was awarded by Finance Asia as the country's back-to-back best broker for 2017 and 2018, and International Finance's best online broker and best online trading platform. I would say those awards were well deserved because here in First Metrosec, we only intend to give you the best trading experience possible. That's why we have created a fast, convenient, and reliable tools that can help you navigate your investments, in which you can easily access through your laptop, desktop, tablets, and even smartphones. Easily trade in the country's top companies and best mutual funds through the most advanced trading platform available in the Philippines. That said, today's discussion is centered around one simple question: is there a better way to trade the stock market? Fortunately for us, and especially our clients, the answer is a resounding yes. And it all begins with the country's most advanced trading platform, FirstMetroSec PRO. Again, my name is Robbi Samson. I'm currently the Mindanao Business Development Section Head for FirstMetroSec. Aside from that, I am also an SEC certified securities representative and an investment solicitor, as well as a Bloomberg certified financial markets professional. Prior to joining First MetroSec, I earned my degree in BS Industrial Engineering from Ateneo de Davao University. I completed my master's in business administration from the same institution in 2019. Before we begin, I'd like to share with you a wonderful quote from Mr. Mark Minervini, widely considered to be one of the greatest stock traders in the whole world. His advice: never stray from the basics of always going in with a plan. There's actually so much truth to this quote, and my goal is to help you appreciate the value of having a plan in place before you trade in the Philippine stock market. One of the most crucial things you need to learn how to do: placing an order in the Philippine equities market. And for so long, there was only one type of order available, and it is called the limit order. So, what is a limit order? Essentially, it's an order that allows investors to buy and sell stocks at a certain price. This is typically used to execute trades if the price reaches a predefined level. Let us note, though, that the order will not be filled if the price does not reach this predefined level. Let's take a look at this in action. This is the stock info page of Jollibee Foods Corporation. And in here, we see that the last traded price is 145 pesos per share. The info also shows us that it has gained 2.47% from yesterday's price. As an investor, you now have two options: either buy JFC at the lowest ask price, currently at 145.10 pesos per share, meaning it is currently the best price you can get should you wish to purchase JFC shares at this moment. Alternatively, if you feel like 145.10 pesos is too high a price, you may post at a lower level, such as 144 pesos per share. Of course, you would have to wait and see if there would be enough sellers to drive the price down at your desired level. There exists the possibility that it may not. Once you've decided on a price, simply go to the order entry screen and input the relevant details. Assuming you wish to buy JFC at 144 pesos per share, first make sure that your type is set to limit, and then simply enter 144 as the price. You may also change the expiry date from day into either good till week, meaning 7 calendar days, or good till month, 30 calendar days. This is so you avoid having to re-enter the same order again day after day. Once you have settled all the necessary info, just click on buy in order to place the order. And that's it. You are now ready to buy Jollibee at 144 pesos per share. Simple, right? Simply put, a limit order in this case specifies a certain price at which the order must be bought. Now, how about if you wish to use a limit order to sell? Let's have a look at the same scenario. JFC's last traded price is still 145 pesos per share. If you want to unload your shares immediately, you would see that the best bid offer is at 145 pesos per share too, meaning it is currently the highest price investors are willing to pay for JFC shares. Alternatively, you may think that 145 is too low, and you believe that JFC share prices will rise in the near future. So, you intend to sell it at 146 pesos per share. So let's go back to the order entry screen in order to input the details of our desired trade. Let's make sure that instead of buy, the order is set to sell. Afterwards, let us again enter the desired selling price of 146 pesos per share. As with the buy example earlier, we can change the expiry date from day to either good till week or good till month. Once done, let us again click on sell in order to post the order. Again, a limit order specifies a certain price at which the order must be sold. Now that I'm done explaining what limit orders are and how to use them, perhaps you may be asking yourself this question. Is that enough? Are limit orders enough to give me the power and ability to make the most out of profiting from the stock market? Before we answer that, though, we first need to have a good idea of who are the ideal people to use limit orders. First, we have the casual investors, those who merely want to invest in stocks on a periodic basis with little regard for highly specific prices. Their goal is to simply accumulate stocks or even the FMETF over an extended period of time, negating the need for properly timed entry points. Second, there are the long term holders, investors who are perfectly comfortable with shorter term price fluctuations due to a strong belief that the market eventually recovers over time. And lastly, there are the fundamental analysts, investors who place a heavy emphasis on whether a stock is undervalued or not. By conducting proper research beforehand, these investors do not mind the volatility as long as they believe value is to be found at current prices. What if, as a more active type of trader, you want more? What if you are the type of trader that wants to take greater advantage of the nuances and volatility of the stock market? Is there a feature for people like you? Thankfully, with FirstMetroSec Pro, there is. So, if you wish to buy after a breakout, sell when price goes below a certain level, or simply do not have the time to monitor the market to act upon these situations, conditional orders are for you. Now let us move on to the second type of order available in the Philippine stock market, the conditional order. Are you wondering what a conditional order is? It is essentially a more advanced level of placing an order designed to give traders more flexibility and power. How does it work? Simple. It is triggered when a stock moves to a certain level, which we refer to as the trigger price. This type of order is often used as a way to take advantage of bullish momentum, to limit your losses, and even to preserve gains. If you have spent enough time trading in the stock market, you surely appreciate the value of being afforded this ability. Again, the greatest value of conditional orders is in the ability it gives the trader to ride bullish momentum, allowing them to take advantage of extremely positive investor sentiment that drives prices higher, automatically cut losses, rendering the need to constantly monitor the market unnecessary, and protect gains, especially in the face of volatile market situations. These are all scenarios traders are faced with, and having a platform that gives you the ability to do so is critical. In essence, they all form aspects of proper risk management. a critical part of trading. So, whether you intend to trade blue chip companies, second liners, or even the more volatile and speculative penny stocks, proper risk management is necessary. To help you better appreciate the importance of trade and risk management, allow me to share this amazing quote and graphic. As said by the author of the popular How to Make Money in Stock series, William O'Neill believes that letting losses run is the most serious mistake made by most investors. This perfectly encapsulates the need for traders to accept that cutting losses will always be part of their trading journey. And the better they can do it, the longer they will last. Why? Because the math of gains and losses clearly show us the damage that can be done if we let our losses run. The higher we allow our losses to grow, the harder and harder it will be to recover and break even. Selling at a 50% loss means we have to make double the amount in the next trade just to break even. Selling at a 90% loss, however, means that we would have to make 900% in the next trade just to break even. Imagine how hard it would be to recover from that. This is how important cutting your loss is, and seeking a platform that allows you to do that easily should definitely be at the top of your list. With FirstMetroSec Pro, you are given the power to protect yourself from losses. The first conditional order type is the sell on breakdown, a feature that gives our platform the order to sell your holdings should it reach your indicated trigger price. We see in the graphic that the conditional order allows you to post an order well in advance, indicating a trigger price below the support level in order to confirm the breakdown, and setting a limit price to indicate up to which price you are willing to sell down the stock to. Let's use Bloomberry Resorts as an example. Keep in mind they are the owners of the Soler Integrated Resort. We see that from mid-August to the early part of 2020, Bloom was trading within the range of 9.8 to 11.5 pesos per share, with prices in between. As the circles point out, the support was valid since prices seemingly stopped dropping further every time it approached 9.80 pesos per share. You are now considering buying Bloom with prices near the support level, but you want protection from huge losses. And so you enter a conditional order with a trigger price below the support. After posting your conditional order, the next day sees Bloom closing well below its support, thereby confirming a breakdown. Using FirstMetroSec Pro's stop limit order, you did not need to manually sell your shares after the breakdown, a task much harder to do in real life. Thus, the simple task of placing the conditional order helped you avoid the severe sell-off that saw Bloom shares dip all the way to where it is now, at around 5.70 pesos per share. Instead of losing about 40%, you were able to cut your losses before they even reached 5%, which is quite easy to recover from. Let's now look at how we enter it using FirstMetroSec Pro. Make sure that the type is now set to stop limit, and then enter the trigger price. When a stock reaches this price, it will automatically post the order for you, even if you had posted it while the stock's price was well above it. We set it at 9.75 pesos per share since it is below our identified support level of 9.80 pesos per share. The rationale is that 9.75 is already 5 cents below 9.80, indicating that the breakdown is likely to be valid. Next, we have to set a limit price. This tells the system up to what price you are willing to sell your shares down to. In case you have a particularly large position or the stock is illiquid, setting a proper limit price is crucial. Essentially, this tells the system that you want to start selling your shares once it reaches 9.75, and it may continue to do so up to 9.70. In case you still have shares left over after the stock has gone below 9.70, the remaining shares will only be posted at 9.70 pesos per share. Next, you can also edit the trigger expiry date. giving you further flexibility in your trading. Once all the details are set, simply click on Sell and you are done. You now have created a sell on breakdown order designed to help you avoid massive losses. Aside from selling on breakdowns, FirstMetroSec Pro's conditional orders also allow you to sell on strength. If you're the type who prefers selling on the ensuing potential rally after a breakdown, then this order type is for you. The main difference between this and the sell on breakdown variant is that the limit price set here is higher than the trigger price. Simply put, you are telling the system that after reaching the trigger price, you do not immediately wish to sell the breakdown, but would rather wait a little bit until the stock rallies again before selling. Of course, this is not guaranteed to happen, and you run the risk of increasing your losses. Keep in mind also that once a conditional order is triggered, it only lasts for a day before expiring. So set your sell on strength limit prices accordingly. Let us now look at Ayala Land's chart as an example. As always, a basic requirement in charting is drawing the proper lines. In this case, it is evident that Ali is in a firm uptrend, which is confirmed by the successful retesting of support multiple times. Thus, we can label these two lines as the stock's support and resistance. This means that as long as Ali's price remains within this upward channel, we can safely consider it to still be in an uptrend. So, with current price at 49 pesos per share, which is very close to the support level, you decide to buy Ali. The next day, however, it closes below the support line, meaning the uptrend has been effectively broken and a trend reversal might be in play. However, you prefer not selling Ali immediately upon the breakdown, since you believe that there might be a bounce that will allow you to sell at slightly higher prices, thereby minimizing your losses. Fortunately for you, the rally indeed happens, and you were able to sell at nearly 50 pesos per share, narrowing your losses. On FirstMetroSec Pro, we enter it as such. Again, change your order type to stop limit. Afterwards, since our identified support is 49 pesos per share, let us say you believe that when prices reach 48, that confirms a breakdown. So, you set your trigger price at 48 pesos per share. Since you do not want to exit the stock immediately but rather want to sell on the ensuing rally after the breakdown, you set your limit price higher at 48.75. Once done, simply click on the sell to finalize your order. You have now moved on and posted a stop limit order for selling on rallies. So you just basically sold on strength to minimize your losses. Now that we are done with using FMSec Pro's conditional orders to protect your capital, let us now move on to how you can use them to ride high momentum and in-demand stocks. This is in line with legendary trader Jesse Livermore's words that it isn't as important to buy as cheap as possible as it is to buy at the right time. Millions of momentum traders worldwide hold this quote in high regard. And with FirstMetroSec Pro, you can construct a trading plan that centers on this as well. Keeping pace with the general sentiment and momentum of the market is certainly easier with FMSec Pro, allowing you to buy on breakout the most in-demand stocks. This feature allows you to set an order well in advance of a potential bullish breakout. Especially useful when used with chart and pattern analysis, it allows you to ride the momentum even without having to monitor the market regularly. Again, the components of this type of order are the trigger price and the limit price. Let's view Jollibee Foods' chart to see how we can potentially use this feature. We start off with the basics by drawing our lines and identifying the resistances, of which there are two in this case. We see that JFC seems to have met some resistance at the 150 pesos per share level. And being a momentum trader, you understand that the only way For JFC to reach resistance number 2 at 185 would be to first break 150. Otherwise, you contend that an inability to breach the resistance 1 level may lead to the stock price dropping further. But since you can't watch the market all day, you wonder if you will be able to monitor the exact moment when JFC breaches the 150 peso resistance. Enter FMSec Pro's conditional orders again. To place a buy on breakout conditional order, again head over to the order entry screen. After you have set the type to stop limit, proceed to entering the trigger price above your identified resistance level. In this case, you believe that JFC reaching 150.50 pesos per share is enough validation for you to consider a breakout successful. Next, also set the limit price, which in this case is 151 pesos per share, so as to tell the system that you are willing to buy up the stock to this price. This means that in case you were not able to successfully fill your whole order volume at 150.5, the system will keep on buying for you until 151. Of course, don't forget to set your preferred trigger expiry date, as you have options from day, 1 week, and 1 month. Once set, click on buy, and you have just placed a buy on breakout conditional order meant to ride the momentum. Lastly, and for the more conservative and careful type of momentum traders out there, you may post a buy on pullback conditional order. This type of order is meant to let you buy upon the retesting of a support level, giving more credibility to the breakout that just occurred. The same easy rules apply, needing to set a trigger price and a limit price. The biggest difference, however, is that the limit price here is lower than the trigger price to confirm the expectation of the trader that a pullback may occur and they prefer to buy at that level. The recent price action of Dito Telecom serves as a nice example for this type of order. As always, let us first draw the necessary lines indicating the probable resistance levels at 1.80 pesos per share and 3.30 pesos per share. For the more seasoned investors out there, you may have also noticed an inverted head and shoulders pattern forming, with shoulder 1 here and the head going lower than the low of shoulder 1, and finally, shoulder 2 finding support close to the support level of shoulder 1. This is considered to be a possible bullish reversal pattern, and all it needs to be confirmed as such is a breakout from resistance 1 level of 1.80 pesos per share. Fortunately, this happened early in the second week of April 2020. If you employed the previous strategy of buying on the breakout, then you would have already bought Dito on the day of the breakout candle. However, if you are the cautious type, you would prefer to buy it upon the retest of support, which occurred a few days later. Keep in mind, though, that the pullback was not perfect, and it did not go as low as the previous resistance level of 1.80. Still, the candle on that day suggested a successful test of support. If you were able to buy then, you have been able to ride this high momentum stock, quite possibly targeting the next resistance at around 3.30 pesos per share. Fantastic, right? You're able to post this order days before the breakout happens, possibly upon the recognition of the potential pattern forming. That is the power of FirstMetroSec Pro's conditional orders. Posting the buy on retest of support conditional order works very similarly to the others. Again, make sure you are on the buy side and that your type has been changed to stop limit. You may then proceed to entering the trigger price, which in this case is 1.85, 5 cents higher than your resistance level of 1.80. Next, you will need to post a limit price lower than your trigger price, which in this case would be 1.83 pesos per share. Again, set your preferred trigger expiry date from either day, good till week, or good till month. Once all that is done, click on buy to set your desired conditional order. Simple. These features of FirstMetroSec Pro will now allow you to create a complete trading plan. an absolute must if you intend to trade in the stock market for the long term. In fact, you may even combine different conditional orders in one complete and comprehensive trading plan. Let's look at the chart of All Home Corp as an example. First off, draw your resistance 1 at around 5 pesos per share and resistance 2 at around 6.50 pesos per share to give you an idea of the space you are operating in. You will then see that should resistance 1 be breached, you can post a buy-on-breakout conditional order to ride the momentum. After that, you target 6.50 as your likely take profit level. Things seem to be going well as you see the stock hovering above your entry point. However, it seems to be having a bit of trouble closing in on your take profit price. So, in order to manage your trade properly and lock in gains should the trade turn sour, you decide to put a sell on breakdown conditional order. In this case, however, instead of using this order to minimize losses, you are using this as a trailing stop to lock in profits. Now, no matter what may happen to the stock, you are assured of a gain. This shows the versatility of the conditional order and how it certainly completes a trading plan. Risk management indeed is very important, and the features outlined in FirstMetroSec Pro are certainly designed to help you achieve trading success and profitability. This is all in service of helping traders out there move beyond their limitations and helping to unlock their full potential. For as much as we may begin at the start, wherein gains are infrequent and small, while the losses are often huge, we at First Metro Securities aim to provide each and every one of our clients with the opportunity to take it to the next level, to make it to the goal, wherein we lose small but win big, so that even if we lose more frequently and exhibit a win rate below 50%, the mere fact that we are able to minimize our losses and allow our winners to make gains will lead to greater profitability over time. The goal is to be a profitable trader, and therefore it may be quickly summed up as such: to be a trader that cuts losses early, lets winners run, relies more on logic than emotions, and finally, has an appropriate trading system and plan in place. From famed trader Mr. William Eckert himself, he says that it is much easier to learn what you should do in trading than to do it. Good systems tend to violate normal human tendencies. And it is certainly in this spirit that every trader out there, regardless of how much money you are managing, should learn how to maximize every available resource at your disposal. Simply put, the conditional orders within FirstMetroSec Pro easily allow you to separate emotions from logic, allowing you to not only create your preferred trading plan, but also follow it to a T. So, if you're ready to take the next step, there's First Metro Securities Pro. Gain access to the most advanced online trading platform in the country. If you're as excited as I am to start trading properly, then you might be asking yourself, how do I get started? On that front, I bring you good news. First Metro Securities has gone completely paperless, from opening an account to viewing your account statements. In fact, we have made it so easy that you can open your very own investment account in just 3 easy steps. Number 1, visit our website www.firstmetrosec.com.ph and click on Open Account. Afterwards, complete the straightforward account application form. And number 3, submit your documents online. Conditions apply in order to gain access to First Metro Securities Pro, which you can easily find in our website. After that, you're done. Open an account with the best broker in the country from the comfort of your own home. Once you've opened an FMSBC account, I would also like to invite you to both like First Metro Securities Facebook page and join our bustling Facebook group, where we provide daily updates, release our seminar and webinar schedules, and even hold contests. If you found this video useful, I have great news for you. FirstMetroSec's YouTube page is filled with many more like this. Simply subscribe to FirstMetroSec's official YouTube page, where we bring you a multitude of educational and informative videos, perfect for beginners to advanced investors. Trading in the stock market is challenging, but the ones who take the time to learn about it are often rewarded. If you want to elevate your trading performance, I hope the tips and tricks detailed within this session will prove useful and beneficial in your trading journey. Conditional orders are there to help you immensely, and now that you know how to use them, I am sure you will start seeing improvements in your performance. Again, this is Robbi Samson, your Mindanao Business Development Section Head, thanking you for watching this special learning session. Stay safe, and we hope to see you soon.